Okay, being 8 o'clock, we have a change of stockholder for Christopher's Market. The board has a packet. Do we have somebody representing? Would somebody like to come forward and just explain, please, to the board? Yeah, please identify yourself also.
My name is Rakesh Agarwal.
And this is a change of stockholder.
Sushma Agarwal to Nishi Agarwal.
Okay. The packet seems in order. Okay, do we have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve a change in stockholders for the package store wine and malt beverage license held by Shiva Enterprises Incorporated, DBA Christopher's Market.
Motion made, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion made and second. Do we have any further discussion?
There's no, I'm assuming from reading it, there's no change in management.
Not union member.
No, it's just, yeah, I was looking at that myself, tips reason,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it isn't there. Motion made and second. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? 4-0. Thank you. Thank you, sir. I was looking for that too. Okay, next we have town meeting issues. What I thought we would do tonight is to briefly go through the issues, town meeting warrant, I'm sorry, is briefly go through the warrant, and if any board members did want to ask a question at this time of Mr. Younger for clarification, I realize we did just receive a more updated one this evening. I do want to say that under the Selectmen's policy, that 3 members can remove a warrant article off the warrant, except for a citizen's petition. We will not be signing the warrant tonight. We are planning on signing the warrant on the 11th, on Monday the 11th. There will be town meeting warrant issues brought up on Monday the 11th also. I just want to make that clear so that people do not think this is the last night. We'll actually, we'll be talking about these, because it will not be. Article 1 is fund new elementary school. This is for the special town meeting. Article 1 is fund a new elementary school. Article 2 is construction and renovation of the police station. And that is the special town meeting warrant. In the annual town meeting warrant, we have article, oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Tom, let Tom go.
Good, Tom.
Oh, yeah. Just saying for the public consumption, there was a proposal, a placeholder for Article 3 regarding the modulars, but since the modulars passed,
Right, debt modules.
there's no reason.
I'm sorry. You're right.
I think just briefly, rather than bring it up, rather than bring it up under old and new business.
go ahead. Yep, that's
the
fine. Go ahead.
police station, I did speak with Ken Jones, the chair of the police station building committee. I think hopefully we can have another discussion with the Historic District Commission. I'm not sure whether or not the article will stay on. One of the issues is, as everyone's aware, we have a funding gap. Town meeting approved, and then in a subsequent override, approved 4.8 million. The cost of the project is 1.4 greater than that. The Historic District Commission has concerns with the size and scope and some of the design of the building. The Police Station Building Committee and the Historic District Commission have been working together to try to resolve those issues. It may be that we've reached a point where, in order to resolve some of those issues, we need to expend additional funds, which are not at this time appropriated. So I'm not sure what direction this article may take, if any, and I just,
Right.
hopefully I'll have more information at our next meeting, but I just wanted to,
Right.
we'll see what happens, and it may be that, that it stays on.
Right,
So,
exactly.
well, presumably.
Presumably, maybe.
Depending on the vote of the board, right.
Mr. Young?
Mr. Chairman, through to the Vice Chairman, I assume the Police Station Building Committee understands that we have no funds available for any additional studies, and any money that I would have possible would be a minimalist at best.
They do understand.
Okay.
I mean, the Police Station Building Committee is for all practical purposes, at a standstill. And, you know, the question is, can we get, you know, how do we get enough detailed information to address all of the issues? And again, I think one of the primary issues that doesn't go away is the size and scope of the project on that site. So we need to continue those discussions and see what transpires.
Okay, thank you. Any further discussion on the police station? Okay, hearing that, okay. On the annual town meeting warrant, a lot of these are very standard articles. Article 1, select town offices. I also want to mention our moderator, Mr. Klaus Kubinetsky, is here. Please feel free to put your hand up, Klaus.
I just came to say that I intend to take a few days of vacation before town meeting, so my
Is that to get ready?
availability is going to be limited.
Okay.
But if necessary, I can be here a week from tonight, but I would request that I be notified that my presence is needed.
Okay.
And
Sure.
if you have any questions
Sure.
tonight,
Thank
while
you
you're going
for that.
through the warrant, I'll stick around until you're done with the warrant,
Okay.
and then I'm going to hightail it out.
Thank you very much. We'll be as brief as we can. Article number 2 is standard article, here acts on reports of town offices and committees. Article number 3 is a standard article, authorize Director of Public Works to accept easements. Article number 4, authorize treasurer to enter into compensating balance agreements. And the rest of these aren't numbered, so. The next article is grant easement to Reading Municipal Light Department. Our next article is area code town of North Reading, add new section, chapter 185, streets and sidewalks, section 158.10, utility poles. I'll just briefly speak on this, what this is. We've had a number of issues over the years with the double poles within the town, and we were looking for some type of enforcement that we could put in place to try to speed up the replacement of these double poles and get this taken care, get these situations taken care of. Some of them we've had there for over a year. Reading Light Department has worked with us. The problem is it's the utilities that are on the pole, getting phone to move, cable to move, and I'll kind of summarize this. So what we did was we asked Mr. Younger to look around to surrounding cities and towns and see what they had for possibly a bylaw. And that's what we have here is a bylaw. Again, I'll summarize it, carries a $300 a day fine after notification from the Board of Selectmen, but the Board of Selectmen can waive that fine. It gives us a little clout to try to get these double poles in town taken care of quicker. Did that summarize it? The next article is Article Code the Town of North Reading zoning bylaws, unaccepted street adequate access. That is being run by the Community Planning Commission. Mr. Young.
Just so the town doesn't think there's another adequate access bylaw out there. All this is a bookkeeping maneuver because when the bylaw was accepted by town meeting, it was accepted as a general bylaw. The Attorney General's office accepted it as a zoning bylaw. And all this is doing is making the number correct to match up with our bylaw book as a zoning bylaw, not a general bylaw. There was absolutely no change at all in the
The
language we got accepted.
bylaw stands as written, it's
That's
just a
correct.
numbering thing so that when
Right.
someone sees the number, they'll understand it's a zoning bylaw, not a general.
That's correct.
Right.
Thank you for clarifying that, Mr. Young. The next article is authorize Chapter 90 highway construction funds, and in quotation, pending authorization of the Department of Revenue. The next article is rescind unused bond authorizations. The next article is capital expenditures. The next article is operating budget. The next article is appropriate money to stabilization. The next article is a conservation revolving fund reauthorization, which is, it's already in place. I'm sorry, Mr. Young.
Mr. Chairman, just for the newer members on the board, all the revolving funds have been reauthorized. Those are an annual reauthorization.
Thank you. Next article is Parks and Recreation revolving fund reauthorized. The next article is Recycling Promotion revolving account reauthorized. This is the one we're gonna, this one we're gonna pick up. Okay, the next article is the Emergency Medical Service Revolving Fund. It is to reauthorize it. When we met with the fire department, this is the article that was on town meeting probably 2 years ago, Mr. Younger?
That's correct.
For $45,000.
The money, the seed money came from ambulance revenue. The
Right.
seed money did not come from taxation.
Right, but I believe it was $45,000.
That's correct.
$45,000. And we met with the fire department during budgets with the chief, and the president of the union was here, and another firefighter. And we have agreed at this time that we will take this off of the warrant article, the reauthorization of this money. It'll give us a chance to meet with the fire department members to hear their presentation. And then if this board, as you may or may not recall, the majority of the previous board did not want to put this program into place. If the majority of this board then is willing to put this program into place, we will then come back in October to reauthorize these funds. Is that pretty much?
That's correct.
So, having said that, could we have a motion to remove the Emergency Medical Service Revolving Fund, Mr. Chummy to warrant?
Mr. Chairman, I move to remove the Emergency Medical Services Revolving Fund from the town warrant.
Motion made, do we have a
Second.
second? Motion made and second. Do we have any further discussion?
Just
Mr. Murphy.
a follow-on on your comments, Mr. Chairman. I mean, the discussion, we also, the Finance Committee was included in that discussion.
Yes, yes, they
And
were.
it was generally agreed that it was not necessary to reauthorize, and
This
again,
time.
but we did agree, just to state publicly, we did agree to discuss this issue
Right.
with the fire department after we get through this budget and this town meeting.
Exactly. And I just was going
And
to...
we can bring it back at any time.
Right. And I was just going to reiterate that. I want to be perfectly clear that we are not saying no to this service. As a matter of fact, we're very interested in hearing the details of this this board is very interested in hearing all the details of this service that they are able to provide.
Mr. Chairman, I also